Alright, what's going on, everyone? So, today we're going to be building some toolboxes. It could be 12 by 24, and we're going to be building two of them identical. The plan here is I want them to mount right here on my trailer. Yeah, we got that, but if I can't get a toolbox to go on the tongue, or else I'll lose my spare tire holder, and I don't want to put my spare tire on the side. So that being said, I'm just going to build a set of toolboxes. Got off. We're gonna probably be first part tonight, and then the next part will be probably Saturday. Today's Thursday evening. I got off. I didn't get off because I'm never off, but got done with what I need to get done relatively early, I guess, today. So we're gonna get started on them. So basically, this is the plan. We'll just boop boop, get them all tacked together, and I'm gonna try my hand at maybe making those style latches work so they actually lock. So I think the only thing I don't have is hinges. Well, I got plenty of hinges, but I want to use weldable hinges if I can. So, but let's get set up here and we'll get going. Let's try to. What we're gonna do? Get this laid out here. Stuff's a little flimsy. I basically just went down to my local Tractor Supply and bought all this. I got something either under my sheet. Try to move down the bench a little bit. And bought these. These are pre-cut sheets. And we'll see what we can do with them. That's pretty on the money right there, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'd like to be able to just get all this tacked together tonight, where I'm down to just lids. So let me get the welder out and we'll tack this up. So, pretty darn square. that side tacked on. Okay, so got that side tacked on. So now let's get this side on and tacked on. Alright, well, we got her tacked in. The bottom measurements are good. The tops will be in there once we put our sides on, so that way we can spread them out. So now we need to cut some of this so that way we can put it on there. Okay, so we need to take the measurements here. So that's 12. So I'm going to cut these at 13, and then I'm going to break it right there, so that way I have a flap for the lid. And then I'm going to weld this flat stock along the top of here. So let me get this marked out. This is the cut, or no, this is the break, this is the cut. Alright, welcome to my fancy cutting or break. It's a good old Columbia bench top vise. So what I do is I just get it right there on the line, and then I'll bend it over. Sometimes you gotta readjust the vise, or another thing, let me grab the tool. What you can do, you can readjust it in the vise, or get you a pair of adjustable wrench here. Bend it over, just like so. And then we'll get our square, and we'll see how close we are. Oh, we're pretty. I can live with that. Yeah, that works for me. And then the next thing we would do is come in here just like so and put it on there, just like All right, well, we got the other side made. So now, let's get this bad boy tacked together. All right, well, I got her all tacked up. So now we need to weld some of these in there, or some of those flat bars. And once we get it all welded together, some of this, like where it wasn't in the vise, like right here, we got some humps, we can beat those out. This side I had to cut my welds back out because it pulled way in on me. This over here's got a little bit, but I can burn it down when I weld the outside seams. But that's exactly what we're going for. So let's get some measurements. Sorry, I didn't bore you guys with the tacking it in. There really was nothing special other than what we did right on the first one. So let's get these bars cut. All right, well, we got them marked out. So now we got to get them cut out. When you're cutting flat stock like this, it's always best to cut it up and down because it cuts a lot faster. Alright, we got our pieces cut, so now let's go get them welded on. Alright, so I'm going to hold off on putting these bars in because I think they're going to get in my way when I put the latch on it. So I went ahead and I don't have a whole bunch of the actual 12 by 24 sheets that are already pre-cut. I got 4 left. I want to save 2 for the top, or 2 for the lid, and I got some of these that are 2x2s. So I took one of the 2x2s, scored it down the center, and then I broke it. So now we just got to put one side on and the 2 ends. So I'm gonna figure out if I'm gonna save these 2 pieces or put this piece on and then cut out of that sheet for the sides. Alright guys, that was a little bit of a time lapse there. We got her done. I'm over it for the night, but I am going to have to cut that tack, and that tack out and pull this out to where it's flush. But other than that, I'm really happy with how all this turned out. I do think I'm going to have to rethink it a little bit and add some flat stock in this stuff, because it's going to be, I think, a little too flimsy. Especially, it's going to be on a trailer, so it's going to get beat. Actually, kind of let my dad talk me out of it. I was going to build this all out of 1/4 inch flat stock, or 1/4 inch plate. But he's like, oh, that's too much. Get you some thicker or sheet metal, and so we got, I think it says 16 or 18 gauge. 16 gauge. So I don't know. Could have been a little thicker, but I think it'll do the job. Especially once it all goes together and we get all the supports on it, should strengthen it up quite a bit. But that's going to do it for tonight. I will be back on it either tomorrow night or Saturday. So the goal is to have these on and functional by the week, or by the end of the weekend, because we're getting we got a big snow coming, and then it's going to melt, and then we're on like gangbusters on one of our jobs, and I need to rent a mini, and I need to be using this trailer a whole lot, and I can't stand the strap situation right now out in the weather. I don't have no chains or binders. I got all new binders for the trailer. So yeah, we're gonna try to get this whipped out this weekend. So yeah, we'll catch you when we get back. All right, so it's the next morning, and I'm kind of just waiting around for Clayton to get here. So I went ahead, well, I was out here starting a fire, which actually probably should turn it down. I bet it's going. Yeah, it's going. So we'll get that turned down. But waiting for Clayton while I was getting the fire running, I went ahead and cut all these welds out and pulled this piece over to where it's supposed to be. The one little mess up last night. So I think I'm gonna go ahead while I'm waiting on him, get this thing set up and start welding on it, because there's a lot of welding to do. We left off with that one, but we got them both all welded up. Not the best welding, but I am no professional welder at all. I know how to make two pieces of metal stay together. And all self-taught, so keyboard warriors, come at me because I don't care. If you want to do it, come do it yourself. Or if you can do a better job. But we got her all done. So now I've got to get the hinges so we can weld those on. But this is the lid. And then the next step, what I'm going to do is I know this thing's probably going to leak, but I'm going to take angle iron and border 3 sides of this. So these are just scrap pieces. We'll make nice pieces, but just so it'll be another helping hand, and it'll help strengthen up the lid. I'll probably do like a couple pieces of flat stock across the top, because I'm almost for sure that at some point we're gonna jump on this lid or stand on this lid or something. It's a construction trailer, so, or equipment trailer, whatever you want to call it. So it's gonna get abused. So we want to make it as strong as we can. But they both welded together. I thought that was gonna take me a lot more time than what it really did. But that's gonna do it for right now, and we will catch you guys back up when we get back on this, either this evening or first thing in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. So it is now Saturday morning, and we're getting back at this. So we got them all welded together yesterday, as you've seen. So now we're doing a little bit of afterthoughts. I can't remember if I showed this yesterday or not, but what I'm thinking, because I'm trying to strengthen these up a little bit, and I'm thinking to put some angle iron around the borders, and definitely going to do it around the lid. We'll cut and notch all that out. But that's kind of my thought. I think it'll help strengthen it up, and then maybe just run one piece of flat stock up through there. I don't know, we'll see, because the box has got a lot stronger once we got them welded solid. So I think that's what we're going to try to do. I think we'll get some of this stuff cut out and then weld them on. I think I'm going to do all my uprights first, and then come in and notch the sides to these ones. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna use angle iron. I don't have a bunch of the same size. Like these 3 here and this whole stack back here is the same size. This stuff's a little bit different size. I don't think I have any more in stock here. I believe I have some at my garage in town. Basically what these are is just old bed frames. So that's the plan. So I'm gonna get the plasma cutter fired up, and we're gonna cut some of this stuff. All right, so I got all my corner pieces made here. Went to fire up the plasma cutter, and I think my regulator went bad or something, and I changed it, and I still didn't have no luck. So I don't know if my other regulator was a good one or not. It was a used one. So I just cut all this on the chop saw. No big deal. I think it probably was actually faster and does a better job, because I'm no professional on the plasma cutter. But we got all our corners. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get those on, and then we'll cut all these, and hopefully by then we can go to town, because you can tell it's still dark out. It's like just like 5:45, 6 o'clock, so everywhere's still closed. But we're gonna get these welded on, and we'll cut out our rest. All right, so I got all my corner pieces made here. Went to fire up the plasma cutter and I think my regulator went bad or something. And I changed it and I still didn't have no luck. So I don't know if my other regulator was a good one or not. It was a used one. So I just cut all this on the chop saw. No big deal. I think it probably was actually faster and does a better job because I'm no professional on the plasma cutter. But we got all our corners. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get those on, and then we'll cut all these, and hopefully by then we can go to town, because you can tell it's still dark out. It's like just like 5:45, 6 o'clock, so everywhere's still closed. But we're gonna get these welded on and we'll cut out our rest. But you know, this Eastwood MP 200i is a multi-function unit, and I've only sticked and MIG'd with it, but I've had this thing for 3 years now, and I don't weld every single day, but man, this thing, I really like it. I have had no problems with it. Change wire and fire it up, and that's about all she asked for. So I would say it's right there with Lincoln and Miller. I've been a big Lincoln fan all my life, and this is my first Eastwood. I absolutely love that. I just thought I'd throw that in here. So we're gonna get to welding this up. What I do think I'm going to do is I'm not going to weld these solid. I'm just going to stitch them, because I don't see why they need welded solid. It's already welded solid. I think if we stitch them, then that will help a lot. So what I did was I marked an inch in, and then center 6 inches, because I know this is 12. So I just went 5.5 and 6.5, and we'll weld those up, and we'll see. Those are just giving me some kind of reference points, because I don't plan to really grind these welds out. So I want them to look somewhat uniform. Well, we got all the corners on this box. Yes, this was a good little gap there, but I couldn't get it to push in. So we got the corners on this one. Now we need to get them on that one back there. Then get our bottoms lined out and do our other side pieces. I think I'm gonna do these last, because I already cut them and I kind of already glanced at them, and I think when I put these bottom pieces on, they'll be right because of how they come. They'll overhang under here, because I think I cut them a little too short, because I didn't account for the, what, I don't know, 2 3/16 this stuff is extra for width. I was going what the box width is, so kind of messed up there. But let's get this other one done. Alright, so we got them welded up, and I cut our bottom pieces. It just so happened that this one was notched out, or on both ends, so I was able to utilize not having to cut as much out there. So what we need to do is mark it out and cut a L out, or a, yeah, square out of that. So, and probably do some grinding on this end. So let's I'll get to that. All right, well, this is what I came up with. So I just cut half of it on the chop saw and half of it with the plasma cutter. Yeah, I mean, the plasma cutter's working. It's just I can't get the air pressure dialed in. It's kind of going all goofy, but I just got it ramped all the way up right now, so it's kind of making real crappy cuts, but it's way easier to cut it, and I'm not trying to cut real nice lines like I was with this, because when this is on, that'll get welded, that'll get welded, that'll get welded. So now we just need to make 3 more. All right, so what I do is I just cut lines on the chop saw, and then I will take the plasma cutter cut it out, just like so, and then when you use plasma cutter, you get a bunch of slag on it. All you want to do is knock it off just like you would your slag on a when you're stick welding. Then I grind it off. I don't get it totally smooth. You guys see? Sorry you're so far away. I just got hoses and everything in the way. And then set it up there. And that is what we're looking for. I should have not welded the inch on these ends. I should have came in an inch and then welded up because I didn't account for this, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, so I'm going to walk you guys through all the steps I take. So, I've already cut this one to length. So what I'm going to do is I didn't clean this one up. Set it on there flush. I just take my marker, and I am over-cutting a little bit so that way I don't have to come in and grind that weld out. I'll just weld right over top of it. Mark it out. The little X's are so that way you know what chunks to cut out. So then come over to the chop saw, set it in there, line it up. And I only cut halfway down. And then do the same. This one I gotta cut twice. The reason for the cut twice is because I don't want to cut it clear across the bottom. Now, got it in there. So there we go. We'll cut half and half. Next, I'll plasma it out. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Then I flip it over. I do the same to this side. so once I plasma them out, double check it for fit. I'm a little heavy on our cuts there on this one, but that's okay. And then get the slag. Off of it, grinder. Grind it off, and voila, she's on there. And then what I do, because I got so many of these, this is number 4, so this is the last one. Right, 4 and 4. They should all be the same, but just to be on the safe side, I mark them. Set them over here. So we just got all these cut out. They're all set in here. They're ready to be welded on. And then all we got to make is our bottom pieces, and then we can start working on the lid. But that's going to be in part 2 of this video. I'm just going to go ahead and end this one because I've been on off for 3 nights now, and I haven't really done any editing. So and it's actually about 8 o'clock, and the welding place just opened, and it's Saturday, and they are only open to like I think 8 to 10 or something like that on Saturday. So I want to get down there and get another bottle of argon. That one's still going. I need to just have 2 because it seems like every time I go to start welding, then I have to go down and get one filled. So I'm just gonna go buy another tank of argon, so that way I have a backup in the shop, because you never know when I'm gonna need it or when I'm gonna run out. I got plenty of wire, I keep extra, so why not keep an extra bottle? So we're gonna run down there, get a new bottle of argon, and then we'll catch up with you guys on part 2 of this video.